Hey gang, welcome back to Films from A to Z. I'm your host, the guaranteed to be late, James Higgins. Seems like I'm always late. Today, last night, Ian said, don't forget your video for V today. And I was like, I won't forget that shit. No, that's no problem. Well, today I started reorganizing the movie room, and that's a job. And I totally slipped my mind until we went to go grab something to eat, and he said something about mics, and it dawned on me that I hadn't seen it. So anyway, Films from A to Z. Now there is a film on Criterion that I own, and I think Mike has talked about it before. I think I've done it on Criterion Corner, but I'm almost positive I did, called The Vanishing. It's a Dutch film. Very, very, very good, and I hate the word thriller, but very good thriller, almost on the lines of, I'm not going to say it's on the line of horror, but it's very frightening. It is. It's a very scary, stomach-dropping feel to the film, and anytime you would lose somebody, not that they die, but they just, where the fuck are they? You know, that feeling of, mostly it's with kids, that instant feeling of just loss, and what am I going to do, what am I going to do? You feel it so magnificent in that film. Well, that's not what I watched, because I tried to keep Criterion's for Criterion Corner. I did, however, watch the American remake, directed by the same director, which I guess he needed a Hollywood film. I'm not even going to attempt to say his name because my Appalachian accent will fuck it up big time. So just know it's the same guy. Look it up yourself. So there. I'm sure somebody will tell me how to say it in the comments. But it is the same name, The Vanishing. I did actually bring it with me this time because I had it in my hand from moving movies. Jeff Bridges, Kiefer Sutherland, Nancy Travis, and Sandra Bullock. This is an all-star cast of boredom. Every one of the people in this, with the exception of Nancy Travis, though I don't know from a lot. I had to look her up, and then I remembered her from certain things. But she's one of those actresses that looks really familiar, but there's probably 2 or 3 actresses that look like her or sound like her. So she's kind of a halfway forgettable character actress. Nothing special, but in the film, she's probably the best part of the film, I would say, and that's giving her a lot of credit. The true best part of the film is Sandra Bullock, and that's only because she's only in it for about 15 minutes, so maybe not even that long. She does a really good job for those 10 minutes. Kiefer Sutherland, I am a fan in most things. Jeff Bridges, I'm a big fan in a lot of things, but they don't do anything to make me have the same feeling or even the remote same feeling as I did with the original film. Now, everybody knows that, you know, you have different takes on remakes or reboots or whatever you want to call them to series, and remakes are often just a bad idea. Just a bad idea. There's hardly any that are, man, I really, for what that was worth, I really enjoyed it. And that's just my opinion. And this one falls in the category of what the fuck? Now, don't get me wrong, the story is very, very, very close. Almost identical. I'm giving almost a lot of power right now, but it's done. Trying to think of an example. I had it in my head earlier. Let's say it's like, I'm not gonna go visual on this because they both look good. You know, they both have that dreary feeling. That camera, the lighting they use, and all that looks dreary. Okay, so let's not look at the visual. Let's look at the acting only, okay? Now, let's say we went to Broadway, okay? And we watched, I don't know what we're going to pick. Just a familiar. Let's watch West Side Story on Broadway, okay? Now, let's leave and go watch West Side Story at fill-in-the-blank high school. That's what this feels like. I mean, that's extreme. I mean, they're not that bad, but the emotion, Jeff Bridges tries too hard. He really is trying, what I felt is he's trying too hard to mimic the character that he portrays. He portrays the kidnapper, okay? Sandra Bullock plays the kidnapped. I don't feel for her whatsoever. She seemed bitchy to me before everything, so I wasn't like, all right, she's gone. You know, and the whole driving point to this story is Kiefer Sutherland's character and the man from the other film, which I'm not going to jack his name up. But I really felt for this dude, you know, in the original film. I didn't have any sympathy for Kiefer Sutherland. He was lost. He was genuinely upset. He was, you could tell that it was, you know, playing with his psyche. But at the same time, he was boring. You know, he was just so boring. All of his lies and deceit with the new girlfriend, which, if I spoil it for you, I spoil it for you, man. You don't need to watch it anyway. Watch the original only. But the new girlfriend, she's the only thing that brings light to the film, but I think that's only because, you know, it's like getting your hand cut off and getting your foot stomped. Well, the foot stomping doesn't hurt as bad because my fucking hand is cut off. And that's as close as I can come, you know. It's the rest of the actors and actresses in this film are so bland that she has a little bit of energy and she looks magnificent, but when you stand back and think about it, she's just as fucking dull as everybody else in this film. Overall, I'm just absolutely not a fan. Even if I watch these in reverse order, say I thought, I bought this a long time ago. I don't even know when I bought this, but I had never watched it. It's got lost on the shelf like so many others. I have found so many movies reorganized in my collection that aren't even opened. It's not even fucking funny. I had 3 copies of Shenandoah, and they were the same fucking copy. They weren't even different covers. They were the same fucking one. And I have it in a Jimmy Stewart box set. This is pathetic. But anyway, I bought this a long time ago. Like I said, got lost on the shelf. And I had seen the original on Criterion. I read about it before the sale. I already had my mind made up that I was going to buy it. I watched it. I loved it. And then I watched this. Had I watched this first, it would have been... It is a good story. And I kind of would have just been, And I don't know if I would have took a chance on the Criterion. Unless I had really read a bunch of stuff, and because when I semi-blind buy a Criterion, I read up on them. I don't just say, oh, I love that director. Now, and I can't say that all the time. I have blind bought some De Palma films, and because I love a lot of his work, and I'm glad I did. But probably 98% of the time I read up on these films. And I'm really glad that I bought the Dutch film first, because I don't know that I would have bought it. And I wouldn't have had that experience watching it. And since I watched it on Criterion Corner, now that I've started it back up with my film last week, or week before last. I'm doing them all again. It doesn't matter if I've done them in the past. It's a clean slate and going on. So that's The Vanishing. I know I'm off tangent for some reason, but I'm fucking tired. My back hurts. I'm sweaty. You know, it's just... I love doing it, though. You get to see... I got to see so many covers that I don't remember. It's not even crazy. And I'm not even done. I've got them separated into piles of the alphabet. I haven't even stripped most of the shelves. This, where I'm at right now, is the stuff that I haven't put up for about 2 years. That's where I'm at right now. I haven't even pulled into the stuff that's on the shelves already. Because when you alphabetize 5,000 plus films, let me tell you something. Hell, even if you alphabetize 200 films, you have to rotate the entire thing. And when you rotate that much, you're going to look at a lot of DVDs. And sometimes you find stuff you didn't even know you had. So The Vanishing, I don't recommend it whatsoever. If you want to take your own chance, go ahead. I do highly recommend, however, the Criterion version, and I'm sure it's out on other places that aren't Criterion if you don't want to spend the money on it, but it's well worth it. This is going in the bye-bye pile, so no reason to watch it again. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Sorry, I've taken up 11 minutes and 45 seconds of your time rambling, but I needed a break. So, till next time, guys, hopefully have a Criterion Corner up this week. Later.